just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Los Angeles Rams. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Phillies offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. The numbers for Sanders last week: 17 carries, 69 yards.
And partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Mike, 4. Get that quarterback. Go.
Hurts sets up to throw it, and he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Washington. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Washington. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
No.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play there on the screen pass. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Back to throw. Washington. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3-and-out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3-and-out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
From the 25 on second down, Hurts, and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
It's going to be a long day.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. This defense for the Rams, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Take left. We got 4. We got 4.
Off the play fake, Washington. And incomplete on the deep ball. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Washington. He's going to take another shot here. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks when you had 4 in the game last week without having some go-to moves with counters.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
We got this.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 2 yards. First down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll run it on the toss. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of a yard.
On play action, Washington. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Check, 43.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Looking to throw. Washington toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
57.
Back to throw. Washington. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw on 2nd down. Washington. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, Washington. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. In the 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
43 is the mic. 43.
On 1st and 10, Washington. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Washington. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Washington. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. With a victory here, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for LA, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.